Hello! Shadowcat back with more RimWorld Space Program. And last time we were here, we actually took our first flight. The ship works! Miraculously enough. And we managed to take it out to a mechanoid facility. We managed to actually explore the facility and get out intact. And we made it back home. It wasn't perfect, and it continues to not be perfect. However, it wasn't all bad. So while we were there, we did get attacked by Archons, and we managed to down the Archon without killing it. And with the help of a rather lucky recruitment inspiration, we have an actual Archon in our colony. I do not know if this is going to work out well, and now the base is trying to burn down. Should be fine, it's raining outside. Ian is wandering because we ate nutrient paste. I'm sorry, but get over it. A group of poor travelers are looking for help. They want medicine. They want 70 medicine. Do we have 70 medicine to give them? Let's see. How much medicine do we have? No, not that. Herbal medicine. We have 138. So, technically, yeah, I guess we could. Sure. You can have some medicine. Yeah, anyway, we got an Archon on our team. We got home. We have a new party member. Also, we're having problems with, like, just ideologies in general. And so went to look into converting people, and we didn't have anyone who could convert because every time we get somebody who's the head of HR, that person dies. It's a bit of a problem. So, we went through, and JP is the new head of HR. And yeah, we'll see how long this lasts. We do have the technology, or at least we're working on the technology. No, we have the technology for reviving people. We have healer mechanites, which will give us healer mech serums, Lazarus mech serums, reconstructor serums, and resurrector serums. However, actually making them is going to be difficult. We also move things around inside the laboratory here, and now they look a lot better. We got the mechanite assembly thing here. To make a resurrector serum, we need 10 medicine, which we don't have for some reason. Is it in here? Yeah, it is in here. We just need to have, for medicine, herbal medicine, Nutramine, and cloth. We have Nutramine, we have cloth, we have herbal medicine, so I need somebody to actually do it. And then for a resurrector mech serum, we need some luciferium, which we have 12. How much Lucy do we need? 8. So we can make 1. And we also need 14 advanced components. That is a problem. So we may need to start working on fabrication. We have microelectronics. We have the multi-analyzer. We don't have fabrication yet. So that may be our next goal. At least in terms of research. We're going to have, like, multiple goals. There's still lots of animal carcasses in here that need to be butchered. I need somebody to do some cooking around here. And I mean, look at how much flour we have. The amount of flour we have is absolutely ludicrous. Again, because nobody is cooking. Kind of funny that you all complain about eating nutrient paste, but nobody will actually pick up a ladle. Okay, so, anyway, we went through, we gathered more wood, because we're probably going to need it. Now we need to look at exactly what are we going to do with the ship, and where do we go next with it. Oh, cool. Cheese making. Okay, that's done. Time to set you to work on fabrication. That's going to take a while. But we will get it done. In terms of where are we going with the ship next? So in order to actually upgrade the ship, we need parts. We need gravlight panels. We need grav cores. And the only way we're going to get those grav cores is by going through and doing these missions. Now, some of these are going to be difficult. For example, here's this one. At least it's on the planet. Where are we? I don't even know where we are. Blue Moon. No, seriously, where are we? Oh, we're all the way over here. Ugh, that's a long one. There's another one over here. So that might be a little bit easier to get, but if we zoom all the way out, is there something up in orbit too? I mean, I hope not. But there's a lot of stuff up in orbit, and anything in orbit's like well beyond our reach. For the moment, at least. We did add more thrusters to the ship. So we're looking good there. Technically speaking, the ship will hold up to 10 of these. The more thrusters we have, the farther we can go in a single jump. Each one of these is going to cost us 180 steel and 4 components. We need to make, we can make up to 6 more. So 6 times 180 is going to be, well, less than 1,200. Do we have 1,200 steel? We might. We actually do. We have 1,200 steel. Now, components, on the other hand, we would need 24 of them. We have 31 at the moment. Once we get fabrication, we'll be able to make more. For the time being, I think it's worth our time to make an upgrade to this thing, if we can. Yeah, we can. We're going to make an upgrade to the ship, and we are going to try and fill out the rest of the thrusters. So, in order to do this, we are going to need to add another row of substructure on either side. And we're just going to put an entire line of thrusters on each wing. And that should get us where we need to go that way. I also feel like we should probably be keeping these gravlight panels on the ship. Seems like a good idea. In addition, so the way this works is that every single one of these pieces is going to add more capacity. So like the grav jumper engine gives us capacity. Where is it? It's somewhere in here. Oh wait, maybe not here. Let me go to grav ship and grav jumper engine and look at the information panel here. Maybe not. Maybe it's in here? No it doesn't. I think it's like 100 capacity. Or no, right here. Substructure support, 100. Okay? And then each of these grav field extenders also gives us a plus 100. However, something that is not listed is that each one of these small thrusters also gives us a bonus to the amount of capacity we have. I'm not exactly sure what the bonus is, but I know that it gives us one. Okay. These will have to be broken down. Just because we're going to have to slide everything downwards. And, yeah, so here's the thing. This guy right here, we did get him. He's part of the Sanctism, and I think we need to start converting people again, which is why we changed JP. I don't think Sanctism is the worst one, though. I think that might be you? Well, I mean, the whole slavery thing is not really helping. And the whole child labor thing. Speaking of child, you got the malaria. How are you doing? You're looking good. You could be better, though. Let's try another round of antibiotics. Alright, excellent. Now, we've got the substructure laid down. Just need to knock out those walls. Perfect. Now, currently these are blocked, but they won't be blocked once we move them down. And then, the really big construction. Stick some more thrusters. It also occurs to me that this ship is going to get a lot bigger, and this little space that we made here for building safely, this is not gonna fly. Not for much longer. Oh wow, look at the fire. That's not great. I think we can clear this out. Quest Active Laboratory, we might do that. Also, every year we can have a festival of, or a fiesta of space. We don't really have anywhere to do it though, because that's technically a dance thing, and we don't have a dance location. We had to build a room for that. Which, you know, can be done. How big a space would it have to be? It's gonna be an ideology. And there's not really a radius on this. Okay, well, in here might be a really great idea. Maybe. You know what? Sure, build one. I'm gonna stop debating on it. I'm just gonna do it. Just build one. As far as the loudspeakers go, we're not gonna have a ton of components left after this, so having a bunch of loudspeakers for the dance party, probably not gonna happen. There's one other thing, though, that we could make. So, this might help us out considerably, especially given that we need components. We have this shuttle engine, and shuttles were included, or introduced with Odyssey as well. Actually, they were introduced with Royalty way back in the day, but you couldn't actually build one. Now, we can. You might need research for that. Let's look at it this way. Shuttle. Okay, shuttles require transport pods, which we can get. They also require, we need that to make the shuttle. and we can get a passenger shuttle, which is basically the same thing as a transport pod, just reusable. Super useful. Requires a shuttle engine, which we have. I don't know what else it will need in terms of, like, say, components, though. So we may want to save all the components we have left, which is 2. I guess I'm a bit late on that one. And that could let us jump to various places around the map, you know, within range. But, let's see. That's from the Flame Home of Juleth. Okay, you guys aren't friendly. You guys aren't friendly. You guys are, though. You're the Galaga kinship. So we could trade with you. You're tribal, though. What about you? You're not friendly. And you're not friendly. Wow, is there anybody around here who actually likes us? You're not friendly. You're the same group. You're friendly, but, you know, whatever. Let's see, the Imperials, they're not friendly with us. We have no friends. I mean, they'll trade with us. They'll trade with us. Actually, no, it says they're neutral. Okay, so if they're neutral, they'll trade with us, but they'll only trade with somebody who has a title. And I don't think we have anybody who has a title. Not yet. Especially since I believe we rescued Ein from them, which made them not like us. Who was it that... Did anybody want a title? So let me go ahead and check my spreadsheet here again. Who wants a title? I'm looking for anybody who wants to give, like, a speech or something like that. So, JP, no. Alden, no. Iggy, no. Ein, no. Cork, no. Scream, no. Beatrice. Beatrice wants to hold a concert. And holding a concert, I think, requires an actual title. Because otherwise it just doesn't trigger. Also, why is everything on fire again? Please stop setting everything on fire. Second time we've had to do this today. Anyway, Bender, no. Kit, also no. Macmillan is too young to have aspirations. Let's see. Jones wants to become a leader, but that's not, Imperial. McCarty, no. And Kenzo wants to become a Psycaster. That would actually benefit from the whole becoming an Imperial thing. So Kenzo would like to become an Imperial. They require you to be good at social, though, and your social is absolutely terrible. Like, bottom of the gutter terrible. So, that takes us back to, then, Beatrice, who wants to hold a concert. Beatrice, do you have any social? No! No, you do not. You are absolutely worthless at this. And what about you? I never put your aspirations in. So, our Archon would like to become a Mechanator. Well, it just so happens that the facility that we were at, we picked up a Mechanator chip. You want to be liked. Good luck. You want to attend a speech, but that's fine, and you want to propose to somebody. Well, one of those I can actively help you with. One of those I can help with. The rest of them, not so much. Anyway, looking back at the ship, the ship is looking pretty good. So we're up to 8 thrusters now. We're working on the last 2. And remember what I said about the capacity going up? We're up to 324 capacity. Oh, 327. And if we picked up 3 from the last one, I assume we'll pick up 3 from this one. Maybe each one of these is worth 3. Again, I don't know because it doesn't actually say. It says range offset, uninstall, resources to make, you know, everything like that. Actually, resources to make. Hold on a second. Where's that shuttle? Here it is. Passenger shuttle. Resources to make. 250 steel, okay. 150 plasteel, okay. 6 components. That's the problem right there. And then we need 1 shuttle engine, which we have. But I think we might be able to pull this off. Like, we have 454 plasteel, which is great. In terms of steel, we have 424 at the moment. And in terms of components, we have a working grab ship. We could go somewhere and just do some mining. Like, every new map that we visit will have additional iron on it. It will have additional, it'll have additional components on it. It'll have everything. Now, this is a bit of a problem up here because they're storing a whole bunch of stuff on here that, like, I don't want stored on here. I don't know why we're doing this. Like, why are you putting stuff on here? This is no. This is a no bueno. Do I need more storage space in here? I might. So here's what we'll do. Let's finish up building our shelves in here. It's also the middle of summer. Are we set to summer? No, we're set to winter. JP, summer. Bender, you are set to winter non-combatant. I'll need to make a summer thing for that. Kenzo, set for summer, and Lackey set for summer. It's the 5th day of summer, and, like, we haven't changed out of our winter clothes yet. We should be making good use of our clothing stockpile, especially since we have one and it's absolutely massive. Now, interestingly, if we were going to go and actually mine stuff with the ship, which is now ready to go, one of the things that would do us really good would be to bring that tunneler mech with us. That would require Bender to come with. It would also require hauling a whole bunch of stuff from here. And I don't know if we can do that. Like, where would we even put it? The mech rechargers we could put into here, I think. Except for the big one. But we might be able to put that one back here. So, for example, mech recharger, just go ahead and put it right here. And then for the rest of these, how much power do we have? We have an excess of 875. So this uses 400 watts, that's half of it. The rest of these use 200. We might need another generator. Can we build one? Yes, we can, albeit barely. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna go and we're gonna take the mechanoids with us. We're going to take the mechanoids with us. I thought we only had 2 left. Oh, we have 5 left. Excellent. Okay, things that we're going to need to do. I'm still going to wait for these to be built. We have so much in terms of clothing. I may need to bring this down a bit. And I can actually do that over here. So, in terms of clothing, this is for awful and poor. Let's make this awful, poor, and normal. Right now, the only apparel that we are recycling is anything poor. We're going to up this to normal. However, I'm going to turn off armor. I'm going to turn off headgear. I'm going to turn off marine gloves. I'm going to turn off marine boots. Because I don't want any of those recycled. And what about belts? Do not recycle any range shield belts, resurrector shield belts, or regular shield belts for that matter. Everything else, however, should be fine. Okay. That should help clean up our clothing problems a little bit. Like I say, it's going to fix everything, just, you know, a little bit. McCarty, what are you doing? Hauling wood to a big shelf. I really kind of wish you would work on this generator so we could get the ship going. Okay, you're already working on it. Perfect. In the meantime, you can do that. And that will go ahead and get some of the clothing up off the floor. We can get some textiles off the floor if we have any. I'm not sure if we do. I can make another one of these for kibble. And then we have a lot of weapons. Most of the weapons on the floor appear to be melee weapons. So copy this and put it onto these two. Copy a ranged shelf and copy it there. Paste it there. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. That'll clean things up a little bit in here. And excellent. Bender's already to work on breaking down clothing that we don't really need at the moment. So that'll help thin things down. Excellent. We have this. So with this generator going, we are now up to 2,000 watts. So now let's go ahead and move these over here. Perfect. We will need to bring the recycling bench with us as well, just because they're going to produce waste packs and we will have to break down the waste packs basically instantly. Okay, we already have them recharging. So, the last time that we went, we took Kit, Kenzo, Ein, and Beatrice, which we only have 4 beds, so we're kind of limited to the 4 people right now, unless I install more beds. Now, eventually, as we do this, because we have the grav ships expanded, we will get grav ship living, which will give us bunk beds, and that will double our capacity. For the time being, though, we're just going to have to deal with the limits that we have. The mechanoids, however, will make that a lot easier. Also, is there any more extensions that we can make here? So we're at 307 out of 330, that gives us 23 more. I could extend these wings out one more time. So we're going to do that. And then, I'm going to try and clear out as much as I can from in there. I'm going to turn this to normal, and with any luck, they will pull stuff out of here because all of these shelves should be set to low. They are. So because these are set to low, they should pull stuff out of there and into regular storage. We have visitors. I don't really care about them that much. Did we ever make that light ball? We actually did. Do we still have time for the festival? Oh, disabled. No powered speakers. Well, we may have to skip this one then. Oh, perfect. Look at that. And then we're just going to go ahead and fill in the corners. It gives us a little more space. Also, we need to put that light back. If you don't mind. Oh, excellent. We just got fabrication research. Perfect. Okay. You're working on advanced batteries. I don't want that right now. What I want is transport pods. Let's work on that shuttle. Okay, we're going to work on that shuttle. I'm also going to move these shelves over. Just like that, we're going to increase our storage space in here. Which again is something that I believe we're going to pick up more when we get Grav Ship Living. Because Grav Ship Living will give us plants and sealant poppers, all that stuff. With microelectronics, which we have, it'll give us a comms terminal. With complex furniture, we're going to get crew bunks, crew lockers, and Grav Ship shelves. A reinforced storage shelf for use for grav ships. Items stored in this shelf do not affect the room beauty, and they won't deteriorate even if outside. And it holds number of stacks per cell, 6. So it'll hold 12 items per shelf. Good storage. These very big shelves hold 10. Alright, and there's still animal carcasses over here. I need this done. So, I hate to do this, but Iggy, get to work. You are the cook around here. Start doing your job. And now I'm going to forget about you because I have other things that I got to get done. Alright, in terms of storage, I can fit 3 more shelves in here now, which we're probably going to need, given that if we actually go to do mining and bring back things like iron ore and components, we're just going to need the space. And speaking of space, apparently we don't have a whole lot out here either. Like, we shouldn't have any stone blocks on here. Okay, we got transport pods. Fantastic! And you want to work on hydroponics. Well, hydroponics is going to be really important later. For now, though, I want that shuttle. And there's an exotic goods trader. Okay, hold on. This could be important. Who's my best negotiator? It's going to be JP. Naturally. Alright, I need you to contact them. This might be our chance to get the components we need for a shuttle. We can clear this out. I don't need that. We can clear this out because we're already contacting them. And the Royal Tribute Collector isn't going to do us any good. However, we can get favor with the Imperium by trading with them. Beatrice, you wanted to become an Imperial. You want to hold a concert someday. So I'm going to have you go talk to them. Okay, this is the exotic goods trader. Perfect. They have 22 components for sale. What can we get? We only have 506 silver. So that's already over. Is there anything that we can sell to them? We have a signal chip, but we're not getting rid of that. We have some gold, but we're going to need it. We have stabilized alloy packs. They'll buy these? Well, wow. Yeah, they will buy these, and we can actually get a nice chunk of money for that. As long as we keep producing waste, we will keep producing these stabilized alloy packs. If we take the advanced components as well, this is perfect. They also have neutramine. We can actually afford to take all of it. We will still lose silver on this trade. But this is going to work for us. We're going to pick up a whole bunch of components. Neutramine. Yeah. And it'll clear out our inventory a little bit. Do it. Make the trade. Alright, look at how much room that just cleared up in here. Wow, I can't believe they bought stabilized alloy packs. Okay, well, we absolutely have the components we need for a shuttle now. And, Beatrice, you're going to trade this L-Tex with them because they're the only ones who will take it. So, yeah, I think this means you're going to get 12 honor, I think, maybe? Here we go. There we go. So, Beatrice is now a freeholder. And Beatrice gets a novice ceremony. Okay, so we should do this. We should do this. Let's go ahead and accept it. And there's the Imperials. That was fast. So let's follow you. I don't know where you're going to go. If you were smart, though, we have a couple of ideology rooms that would really suit your purpose. Maybe? No, because you guys want a throne. You guys are looking for a throne room, and we don't have a throne room. Not yet, anyway. The library? I mean, sure. In that case, let's begin the bestowing ceremony. Okay, look at that. So, it's an honorable bestowing ceremony, which means that you're going to get 2 additional honor for free. Great. Alright, you have a novice title now. So let's follow you for a moment. The novice title does not grant you much. Being a novice, this title is often held by senior soldiers, war skiff pilots, spies, advisors, diplomats, intrusion operatives, and other key individuals. Many important people spend their entire lives as novices. So this does not give us anything really. It's just that we now hold a title. What it does give you, however, is your very first Psycast. Now, here's the big thing about this. What Psycaster are you going to be? Because you are primarily a War Master. I mean, you're really an excellent shooter. And that's kind of your thing. So we would probably want to have some kind of offensive Psycast. You're not an Archon, so we're not going to do that. The Archaeotechist gives Burden Stun, Psychic Shock, Neural Heat Dump. Not really our kind of, or it doesn't sound like the thing for you. Chronopath is all about, speed and such. The Conflagrator is all about fire. Maybe. The Empath, definitely not. Frost Shaper, It's the same thing as the Conflagrator, just with cold. The Harmonist? Mind control, psychic guidance, not really your kind of thing. Hema Sage, no. The Necropath? Word of Fear, Life Rot, Steel Vitality, Corpse Stalk, Ghost Walk. I don't think so. Although it does give Resurrect, which would be nice. There's the Protector. Pain Block, Word of Healing, Stabilize. That's more for somebody who's like a medical person. Puppeteer, Skip Master, Static Lord. That's all about electrical damage. Technomancer, Transcendent. Warlord. Warlord gives a speed boost, blade focus, firing focus, power leap, adrenaline rush, controlled frenzy, guided shot. This seems like you. This is perfectly you. Alright, you're going to get Warlord. And the first thing you're going to get is going to be speed boost. Oh, you actually get two. So you'll get speed boost and power leap. Perfect. Oh yeah, because you're a novice, and novice is actually the second tier. The first tier is freeholder. So, there you go. There's also the Acolyte Ceremony. To accept this quest, you need a throne. Okay. So we'll have to make you a throne. What else? This popped up while we were doing this. The Blood Host. So a Sanguophage named Ernest is looking for a safe place to meet with 4 other Sanguophages where they won't be tracked. Their leader is asking us to hold the meeting at Cape Houston. If you accept, 5 Sanguophages will arrive at Cape Houston from different directions. They will spend several hours discussing their own secret issues. You may betray them. Oh wait, hold on. They promise to give you your reward before they leave. Okay, this is how we get a Sanguophage. Now, I have people who would like to become Sanguophages. Let's see. JP, Alden, Iggy... No. Bender. Bender wants to become a Sanguophage. As does... Enzo. They both want to become Sanguophages. Okay, we're going to accept this. We're going to accept it for an implantation. Somebody is going to become a Sanguophage. So now we just gotta wait for them to come in and do their thing, and in the meantime, I guess we're gonna need a throne room. I can do that. So first things first, we're gonna need a room, and like I said, I have templates for everything. I know exactly how I'm going to build a throne room. There. So we'll give them a moment to build that, and then we'll get to work. Actually, I can plan this out. Eventually, it's going to have to be 81 by 81 on the inside, so 88 will do. And we'll put a door right there. And that will make our throne room. Eventually. And the Sanguophages have arrived. Now, we have nothing on this map to really threaten them, so they should be fine. I don't know if there is a chance for an ambush, though, or not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if they would do it indoors, that would be cool too. But I don't think they will. McCarty's working on maintaining the ship. Everything in here is looking good. How are we doing on fuel? We're actually doing fine on fuel. So, these are burning 3 astrofuel per day while they're on. And since we have everything plugged in here now, we have to leave them on. Oh, hey, look at that. They are doing it inside. Perfect. You're well protected. Also, you're kind of creepy. In fact, you're very creepy. I'm not watching. We can clear this out. A colonist can gain expertise? McCarty can gain expertise. Let me guess. Construction? It's construction. Construction is an easy one. Architecture. Makes beautiful buildings. Architecture is fantastic. Sanguiphage hunters. Wow, there's a lot of them. Okay, I was worried about this. I was really worried about this. Everyone, battle stations. Especially you two. Everybody get in here. In addition, mechanoids. Start moving this direction. Okay, JP, I'm moving you right there because lackey, whatever, you're going right there. You go there. I'm going to save the positions for all of you. What are you doing out there? Why did you go out there? Oh no. We need to go help. Run and gun, go. Wait, Mechanoid, Group 1. Range attacks and melee attacks. Why did you people do this? Oh, and they're all impids. Wonderful. Sanguiphages happen to be very, very flammable. They're fleeing. Okay, let them go. Let them go. Let the mechanoids go. Let all of them go. Did any of the sanguiphages survive? There's one right here, I think. Beatrice. Rescue Ernest. Is there anybody else alive down here? Okay. No, wait. You're dead? Hold on. Oh, Tony, the soldier. Are you one of the sanguiphages? Yes, you are one of the sanguiphages. Ein. Rescue Tony. What about you? Okay, you're one of the impids. You can die. Well, this is a disaster. Go ahead and allow everything. We have a lot to clean up in here. Can we save them? How badly are they injured? not that bad, actually. I mean, it's not great, don't get me wrong. Oh, wait, you're death resting. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Sanguinophages don't die unless they die while death resting, I think. Okay, I don't know how to heal or how to help this hemogen craving thing. Also, there's still impids that are left alive. Fix that. One of them had a charge pistol. Pull that in. Or maybe it was one of the sanguinophages had a charge pistol. That actually kind of makes more sense. Okay, well, that went severely south. I can't believe you guys picked now, of all times, to just walk right into them. Now, I'm assuming that in order to get our reward, assuming we still get a reward after this, I need you to wake up again, but you're involuntarily death resting. It says a deep coma lasts for several days. I mean, I guess we're stuck here waiting then, because I was going to take Bender to go mining, but if they wake up and leave, then what am I supposed to do? Also, why are you so unhappy right now? Ah, see, now that's the problem. Wielding an auto pistol. Such a detestable weapon. Why is it such a detestable weapon? Looking at Sanctism. Relics. Weapons. Noble is melee. Despised is ranged. Okay, fine. Drop that. Wield your noble melee weapon. We didn't get to... or I forgot to keep your sword, but... you've got a spear, right? It's fine. Okay. Ravenously hungry. I mean, you can go eat something. Somebody else will take care of the death-resting vampire. They're missing a free emblem, insufficiently scarified. Yeah, you are absolutely a candidate for being converted. Which, I mean, we are almost out of time for today. I could do a conversion, maybe. However, right now everyone is also sleeping. Let's check the numbers. Needs. Sleep. Actually, most people are in good shape when it comes to sleep. But it is 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm inclined to let them sleep. Yeah, we'll let them sleep for now. Perfect. I think all of our mechanoids are back up and running now. And the Constructoid is busy working on the throne room, or at least what will become the throne room. Again, I feel like you people should not be putting this food in here. At the same time, I mean, I guess it can be allowed. We're gonna need food when we take off again. Oh, and since we moved the walls out, we're up to 325 out of 330. Excellent. Good to hear. Actually, no, don't do that. Just move it Right there. That should work. I gotta move this wall out. That way, once we move the wall out, we can, move stuff around. And I already think I know how I'm going to do it. I'll just put, like, the stove on one wall, the butcher table on the other wall, and we can arrange the coolers afterwards. Cork started a fight with Beatrice. Why? Beatrice flagrantly disrespected Cork's friends. This drove Cork into a rage and began a fight. You know what? That is perfectly legitimate. Beatrice, stop being a bitch. Okay? Just stop. Hey, Alden, can I get you to move this thing? Thank you. Now I can actually start planning. Perfect. And then the corners. Beatrice fully healed. Wow, you heal fast. I mean, it's part of being Hussar, so not surprised. You know, actually, we should be able to automate this. In storage, we have astrofuel taps and drains. If we build a drain, we can store the astrofuel right there, and it will just drain straight into the tanks. So that will work there. However, everyone is, like, super busy. It's also 1900 hours already. If we were going to do a conversion, this is probably the best time before it gets any later. Assume, of course, that we can. No, we can't. It's reset. Perfect. So who's up first? Ein? Could do Lackey. Ein probably be the most useful one, though. You know what? Sure. Why not? Ein, you're going to be up first. Let's try it. Okay, what do we got here? It doesn't say masterful, so I'm not optimistic. It does, however, say that the conversion ritual was effective. It delivered solid arguments and visibly swayed the convertees' thoughts. But it also kept the crowd entertained as well. Everyone's going to get a +3 mood. Does that include Ein? Let's see. Bestowing ceremony. No, it doesn't include you. Doesn't change who you are either. Wow. It really doesn't change who you are. That... I mean, 30% is not insignificant, but it's also not gonna do it. I need you to join the program. Literally. I need you to join the space program. Okay, well, that didn't work out as well as I thought it would. Why has this not been moved? Why are these not being moved? Why has nobody moved anything? Oh, everyone's sleeping right now. That actually makes sense. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we're take a break here. When we get back next time, there's a lot of things that are currently in the fire. And we're waiting to see how they come out. We gotta wait and see if/when our vampire friends get up. Because if they do, when they do, then we can get our first Sanguophage. And I think it's gonna be Bender. I could be wrong. Maybe it'll be Kenzo. Gotta wait and see. As soon as that's done, though, we still have the ability to make Lakai into a mechanoid commander. And the ship is almost done. Also, the research for a shuttle is almost done. There's a lot of things that are like just on the edge of resolving. And it's just what's going to resolve first and what else can we do in the moment. So we're going to have to wait and see. And if you want to see, then subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon that we get notified every time these videos come out. If you know somebody else who's also into RimWorld, then share this video with them. But if you just like me, like what I'm doing, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below. I'll see you next time for more RimWorld Space Program. And until then, take care.